So what is the key skill for a good uppercut? The answer is hip and body movement. In reality, the uppercut is never a hand strike. It's a big body movement with a little bit of hand movement towards the end. If we return to the up and down, left to right, diagonal movement pattern, we will start to isolate parts of this movement, and you will see how the uppercut will raise straight from a certain part of this movement. So that was our initial up and down movement, and then we can reverse. And as you can see, if I do this and I stop, this and I stop, instead of keeping doing the whole movement, hop, hop, hop. And this is practically 95% of my uppercut is here, okay? So in reality, what you want to do is to drive with your hip. Drive with your hip, keep your hand close to your body. You don't do like this type of uppercuts. This is amateur stuff, okay? It's really short, and you point with your hip diagonally and upward. Hop. Again, figure eight pattern, reverse figure eight pattern, okay? Hop. Hop. As you can see, I already have put my torso and hip movement in work. Full movement, isolated. From a guard position or from a self-defensive position, you shoot from your hip and also from your leg, okay? You do this. When you throw the strike, you don't see any of this movement, but the education, the body education behind the strikes is there, is what allows the strikes to come like here and be explosive, and even from a really short range or without telegraphing, all right? A really good exercise with some weight and resistance that you can do to enhance your upward figure eight performance, which is, as we have already established, tied with the ability to perform good explosive uppercuts, is to use a relatively light kettlebell, such as this. This is a 12-kilogram kettlebell. You can do it with 8 kilos. I wouldn't recommend to go heavier than that unless you are a really big, strong guy. So what you're gonna do is that you will hold like this the kettlebell and start again to do outward figure eights with your hips and body, and keep moving the kettlebell in a figure eight pattern without using again your hands, your arm muscles. All right, you just hold it and then you start to move your body. Now, once you start doing this exercise and do it really well, you will find out that in order to keep the kettlebell like jumping following its outward diagonal path, jumping towards one side and then the other side. You should also involve your not only your hips and core, but also let's say the back chain of muscle chain, and mostly your buttocks. Okay, so it's not only the hip, it's also the glute. Okay, it goes again like this. You can see that I'm doing this kind of movement, and this is what makes the kettlebell almost fly.